Basically, I use Argos to be able to analyze data, and most importantly, analyze that data from with multiple years. So I can go back and look at data for the last data trends for the last 3 to 5 years through the current fiscal year. Before Argos, I would pull down data that I would be able to access for the current year, and if anything, I had the ability to compare it to the previous year. When I'm dealing with presentations that require trend analysis, that would require me to pull down 2 years at a time, say recur that process for 3 times. While with Argos, I'm able to just put in the date range and pull that data all down at once. Before, I would usually have to build in a day just to pull down data and put it in a format that it could then be analyzed or at most presented at a meeting, where now I could pull down the data within hours and have that ability to then analyze it and better put together the presentation that's going to be presented on the following day at it. The biggest reward is freeing up time to actually do analysis of the data versus the time that it takes to pull down all the data.
I am using Argos in my role primarily for financial reporting purposes. So this year in particular was a huge year for overhaul with the accounting standards for nonprofits specifically. And so we used Argos to completely overhaul some of our financial disclosures. I was able to work with IT to create a report that was able to manipulate the data that we needed and pull disclosures out within 3 hours. A lot of our other universities, it was taking weeks. So we were able to cut down that time and create a ton of efficiency for the department and for the audit process as a whole. In the audit preparation process, I was able to get a ton more done in a shorter amount of time. So just in that one project, it took 3 hours, what I was expecting to do in a week. And then for a different project that we use Argos for, I was able to complete a reconciliation in a couple of hours compared to it took 4 days last year to complete. And so it's just creating a lot more efficiency and the ability to get more done in a shorter amount of time. For payroll, we are able to run all of our year-end reporting files so in our accounting software, we would have to manually download each of those files individually and then comprise them into one big Excel spreadsheet and then manipulate that data, versus in Argos, we are able to compile and use that date range to compile all those reports together and then filter it out and down to the specific detail code. So health insurance, we're able to figure out exactly how much per person for a date range for that one individual, versus, again, it would take hours to manipulate all of that data, especially at year end. And so Argos has been very helpful for that in particular. I love how customizable it is, and so every report we can customize to spit out exactly what we want out of the database. It's really easy to use. It's very user-friendly. I could not do my job efficiently without Argos.
Prior to Argos, we would need to merge several programs. We would get data from one program and another program, and we would have to merge it. That process would take more than just one submission. Sometimes if there was a problem with the one report, we would have to wait for that report to get fixed in order to get the other report to work, and then at the end we're able to merge them, and that would give me the final data that I needed. So that would be a process that sometimes could take hours to 2 days, depending on the amount of approval that I would need. Also, it would be a lot of paper and pencil, rulers, highlighters, trying to highlight the accounts that I need to be looked at. But then when Argos came in, all you gotta do is just one click away and it gives you the data that you need. And it gives you the ability to print the reports in a manner that you only look the information that you're looking for. With the assistance of my IT department that helped me create reports and edit reports, I'm able to identify all the types of billings that go out from this office, undergrad and undergrad. Argos also helps me identify the different type of, whether it's a housing charge, all type of charges. Also, again, going back to federal aid, Argos is able to identify those students that receive federal aid and the amount of money that be sent to the student as far as refund. Also allows me transparency on all of the tuition revenue that is collected per student and per graduate program. I'm able to select A, B, and C on each report, and helps me identify what accounts are delinquent and what accounts are not delinquent. With Argos, it gives me the ability to identify errors on billing. For example, if they have a 10-meal plan and there should be on a 5-meal plan or vice versa, Argo is able to identify those students and billing will be automatically corrected. Checks and balances, simply. It comes down to that. Anything that is out of line, Argo helps me identify it so I can correct it before the student sees it, in the sense that getting a wrong bill. So I'm able to make the necessary changes to the system so then the student is billed the correct bill. Obviously, this has led to the increase of payments, on-time payments that come into the university. It also helps with, again, the customer service aspect of it. Argos is really simple. There's no click, click, click. There's nothing hidden in the way that it's hard for me to generate a report. I just simply, again, click and I get the data. And if I need to make an adjustment, I contact IT and they help me or they walk me through the process. And Argos has definitely helped this office. The amount of payments that are coming in is increased quite a bit from the past.